What's up, guys? This is Greg with Oxbow Van Conversions. We got our Transit 250 medium roof, 148 wheelbase, and we got a full build in here. So yeah, we've got right here, kind of starting out, got our electrical system. So we got a Renogy battery monitor, got a little light switch. Throw this up here to show you guys what we got going on. Got our main power kill switch, so we keep that off when we're not using it. Once you turn it on, you're working with 200 amp hour Renogy lithium batteries. And then we've got a 2000 watt inverter and a charge controller. So that allows us to charge off the SurePower. Turn the lights on, you got some LEDs up top. Makes it nice and visible in there. So we went with a white on the interior just to kind of make it clean and to kind of give it a little bit more of an open feel, make it feel a little bigger than it is, because it is the medium roof, so it's not quite the height that I myself would want. I'm about 6 foot, so it'd be a little bit taller if I was going to get one for myself. But still feels nice and open with those lights and with the color. And then we went with a little bit of gray to kind of add some contrast. All right, so just looking here at the kitchen area, start with the countertop. We've got a maple butcher block that we've put a stain on, and then we've used something called booze block. So they use it for cutting boards, and it's food grade to keep this nice and solid as far as moisture and stuff like that. So you can actually cut on this directly if you're wanting to prep food and stuff like that. But that just helps protect the wood. And we've got a 2-burner Ramblewood stove here, nice and big. We've got our window here is nice for ventilation when you're cooking. You can just slide this guy open, as well as have the max air running, so you're getting good ventilation while you're cooking. Get a little cross breeze going on. And then we've got this Rivati sink. It's nice and deep. I believe it's 12 by 15. Got a little cutting board, and got yourself a colander. Nice deep sink in there for cleaning stuff, and even a little bit of storage while you're driving. I've also got this flexible water fill here, just to make it easy to fill bottles, whatever you got. Just kind of makes it simple. And then underneath, so we didn't do our water inside the van. We did a gray water tank underneath, which is nice because it gives you plenty of storage. You can put all your groceries, whatever, under there. And then we've got a shutoff for the water supply that goes to our 20-gallon freshwater tank. So you can shut that off, run the pump, and that kind of winterizes the van, make sure there's no water in the pipes to freeze when it's cold out. And then you got a SureFlow pump here that runs the water. We've got all that shut off right now just because there's no water, because it's cold outside, so we don't want the pipes to freeze. And then back over here underneath the stove, and again, more storage. Throw a cassette toilet in there or whatever, clothes, anything you need. Both of these are magnet close, just so they're not moving around while you're driving, which is a nice feature. And then down here we've got our truck fridge, which is a 1.8 cubic foot fridge. Just a nice little space for some groceries, some fresh food. And we've got a shutoff for this, as well as a shutoff for the SureFlow pump, just in case you don't want that to run while you're parked out boondocking or whatever. It's not going to pull anything from your battery system. If you want to shut that off, if it's cold outside, you can just shut that guy off and let it hang. Over here, got some bungee that we did, and that's nice just for throwing a jacket, sleeping bag, whatever storage you've got. It just keeps stuff from moving around, but it's a nice, cool look to it. Something interesting. And then this is just your standard plug with the USB that runs off of our 2000 watt inverter as well. All right, so we're up here in the cab. We've got a swivel seat here for the passenger, so that kind of opens up this space and makes it a little bit easier to sit, hang out. Got somebody sitting over here on the electrical box, somebody over here, you can have lunch, hang out. For the floor, we did a vinyl plank, which is super durable, waterproof, kind of a no-brainer. Just makes it really easy to not have to worry about getting in and out, tracking stuff in, just because you can wipe it down, and just makes it nice to not have to think about. For the finish on the walls and the ceiling, we did shiplap, as you can see. It was nice, you know, a lot of people go square to the walls and the ceiling, and on this one we kind of wanted to contour it just because we needed to get as much space as possible to make the van feel roomier. So we went ahead and used the curvature of the wall, and that's what the shiplap made that easy. We also used the Havelock wool insulation for the walls. Super nice, no off-gassing, just a really cool product. Same with the ceiling, and then on the floor we've got like an R14 foam insulation. It's a 2-inch foam board. Super durable, really nice for floors. You don't have to worry about the floor moving on you. Just kind of another no-brainer. So moving back here to the bed, got a 4-inch memory foam mattress. This is a full, so it's roughly 6 feet by 55 inches, 54 inches, kind of a custom size. So plenty big for anyone under 6 feet. And you've got a nice another sliding window over here. And we also have a nice little, the window frame acts as a place to set your phone when you're wanting to charge it. These are reading lights, but they also act as a USB charger. There's a USB plug right here. So you click it once, charge your phone, click it again, you've got a nice reading light. So super cool and flexible. You can use it, you know, as you wish. Over here, got a couple of cubbies for spices, any sort of, you know, almost like a pantry for food or whatever, just to stash stuff in there. And we put a little lip on here so you don't have to worry about things falling out when you're driving. All right, so we're here at the garage. As you can see, plenty of storage for surfboards, golf clubs, whatever you got, throw it in there. Same floor as we have up in the rest of the van. This vinyl plank is bulletproof. And so underneath we got a little light switch. We've got some LED lights, kind of light it up for you at night so you can see what you're doing. Got our propane storage. So this is kind of neat. It's got a line that runs directly to our stove, but it's actually air sealed and weatherproof. So those latches come open, the door swings, and then you've got like a standard 20-pound tank like you'd have on a grill. So tons of capacity. That'll last you a really long time, especially if it's just you and someone else eating and cooking in here. But the reason why we weatherproof that is because basically when the tank off gases, say in the summertime when it gets warm, it's automatically going to release some of that pressure, and you don't want propane building up in the van. And so we've vented that box down through the floor of the van and sealed it all up so that you're not having to worry about any sort of fumes from the propane coming up and building up in the van. Over here, got our 20-gallon freshwater tank with an LED indicator, so just turn those lights on and you can see what your water line's at. Obviously right now we're empty because we've got our winterized, but super nice just so you can kind of keep your water levels in check, make sure you're not going to run out while you're out doing what you're doing. So I think the hardest thing about doing this kind of build is just applying all the different skills that you need to have in order to put something like this together. You know, we're not paying a plumber, an electrician, a carpenter to do all the work. We're doing it ourselves. So definitely frustrations because, you know, it's tough to be really good at everything. But yeah, I mean, definitely complexity comes in with the electrical and the plumbing. And so that was definitely the hardest thing, just to make sure everything works. Luckily, I didn't have any issues. My business partner was an electrician for 5 years, so that kind of makes it easy. But definitely for me, that's something that I wouldn't want to tackle on my own, or at least without, you know, watching some videos. As far as tips go for people that are trying to build their own rig, I would definitely check out faroutride.com. Those guys are awesome. Tons of diagrams and just really awesome info on how to wire, how to do the plumbing. I mean, it basically breaks it all down and makes it super simple for people that don't know how to do that kind of stuff. And they just, you know, they're helping the community. They're making sure people are doing this stuff safely and correctly. So definitely want to support those guys. And otherwise, I think just have a good time and, you know, try to have fun with it, because we sure had a lot of fun building this thing. It'll be kind of sad to see it go, bittersweet for sure. With this van, I would say we're, me personally, well over 100 hours. beyond that, I'd go up into the 200-hour range. I haven't done an actual calculation on it, but I'd have to say at least that. All right, thanks guys for checking out our build here. Be looking for stuff coming down the pipe. We're going to be hopefully building a couple other vans here soon. At Oxbow Vans on Instagram and oxbowvans.com on our website, which will be coming soon. So keep your eyes out for that.